This is the Blue Hug Journal, where we talk honestly about caregiving, dignity, and the moments that matter. Today's piece: what nobody tells you about helping someone you love bathe. Nobody hands you a manual when you become a caregiver. You figure it out as you go, guided by love, by necessity, and by whatever information you can find at 2 in the morning when something has gone wrong or is about to. Most of the practical guidance available to caregivers covers the clinical and logistical side of the role. What it rarely covers is the emotional terrain of bathing care, the specific and deeply human experience of helping someone you love with something this intimate. That silence leaves a lot of caregivers feeling like they are the only ones struggling with something everyone else has apparently figured out. They have not, and you are not alone in this. The first thing nobody tells you is that it is awkward, and that the awkwardness does not mean you are doing it wrong. Helping a parent, a spouse, or someone you have known in a completely different context with something as personal as bathing requires a kind of recalibration that takes time. The discomfort you feel is not a character flaw. It is a completely normal response to a situation that crosses boundaries that existed for good reasons, and acknowledging that discomfort honestly is the first step toward moving through it. The second thing nobody tells you is that the person you are caring for is often just as uncomfortable as you are, and that their resistance, irritability, or withdrawal during bathing is frequently an expression of that discomfort rather than a reflection of how they feel about you. Understanding this changes the dynamic. When you stop taking the resistance personally and start seeing it as shared discomfort looking for an outlet, you can respond with patience rather than hurt. The third thing nobody tells you is that the small details matter more than you expect. The temperature of the water, the order in which things happen, whether you ask or announce, whether the room is warm enough. These are not trivial preferences. For someone who has lost control over many aspects of their life, the details of their bathing routine may be among the few things they can still influence. Honoring that is not indulgence, it is dignity in practice. And the fourth thing nobody tells you is that it gets easier, not because it stops being intimate or stops requiring care and attention, but because trust builds over time. The routine becomes familiar. The communication improves. What felt impossibly awkward at the beginning becomes something you navigate together. And in that navigation, something unexpected sometimes happens. A kind of closeness that would not have existed any other way. Nobody tells you that part either, but it is real. Before we close, we're leaving you with 3 questions worth sitting with. 1. What is the one thing about bathing care that you have never said out loud but carries the most weight for you? 2. How would it change your approach if you knew the person in your care was feeling the same discomfort you are? 3. What small detail in your bathing routine could you adjust this week that would make the experience feel more like care and less like a task? We're here for dignity, independence, and comfort. Share this with someone in the caregiving journey with you. You're not doing this alone. Bathe with us. We're the Blue Hug. The Blue Hug Journal is produced by Brilliant Beam Media.